Today we'll be making two delicious recipes with chickpeas without using a single drop of oil. One will be a chickpea curry and the other is a protein-rich chickpea salad. Now, cooking without oil is not about going fat-free, it is just about controlling the amount of calories that you consume in a day. I'm Shrikant Singh and welcome to our channel, Happy Bellyfish. We will get to the recipe soon, but before any of that, let me assert that this video isn't about taking the fat out of your daily need of macronutrients. So why skip oil and why try to save 1 or 2 tablespoons of oil? Will it make you rich? Of course not. But there is a simple reason behind it, because it adds up to your total calorie intake in the foods that you consume throughout the day. Think about it. How many meals do we cook in a day or eat in a day, and how cooking has evolved and changed over the years, where sauteing or frying has become the easiest and most preferred way to cook. Even if you are consuming healthy foods that includes healthy sources of fats, it becomes a difficult task to keep a tab on how much total calories we end up consuming. And it's not just calories, you may have other medical reasons for which you might want to cut down on the amount of oil that you're eating every day in foods. So let's get to the first recipe and see how it's done. The first recipe is a chickpea curry, and you can use the same method to cook other vegetables and beans. These are white uncooked chickpeas, and to cook these we need to soak them first in water overnight or at least for 8 hours. The chickpeas or any other dehydrated beans, they expand quite a lot after soaking them sufficiently, and they cook faster. They also give a creamier texture when it's cooked. I will take 2 cups of these soaked chickpea, rinse them once or twice before adding it to an instant pot or a pressure cooker. Next, we will prepare a spice blend that we'll be cooking these chickpeas with. Take 1 tablespoon of coriander powder, half a tablespoon of cumin powder, half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, and 1 teaspoon of Kashmiri red chili powder. Optionally, you can also add half a teaspoon of garam masala. So this is a very Indian spice blend that we all know of, but to give a more umami flavor, I'm going to add half a tablespoon of tomato powder and half a tablespoon of dried oregano. I discovered tomato powder when I wanted to flavor the popcorn or the fox nuts that I often roast at home, and I'm totally in love with how many ways you can use this spice. There are many ways in which you can cook chickpeas and other beans and vegetables. The main thing is how you use the spices and herbs and make your blends that you enjoy. If you want to learn more about it, then you can start by downloading my free spice guide. You will find the link to it in the description below. Add the entire spice blend, or roughly 3 tablespoons of it, to the pot and add 1 teaspoon of salt. If you're using canned chickpeas, then remember they are preserved in brine, so you might have to rinse it once before adding it. Next, we will prepare a curry base with 4 basic ingredients: tomatoes, onion, ginger and garlic. Chop a tomato, which is weighing around 100 grams, into large pieces. You will need around 1 cup of this tasty, sour and juicy tomatoes. Take 1 small onion weighing around 60 grams or about half a cup of it. Chop it coarsely. You will also need 1 tablespoon of ginger and 1 tablespoon of garlic that's peeled and chopped. Fresh green chili is optional and you can add more or less or none at all. I'm going to use about 1 tablespoon of fresh green chili. Add the ingredients to a blender and blend them into a fine paste. And since this takes literally no time at all, try to make it fresh anytime you want to use this in your recipes. Add 1 cup of water to this blended paste now, so that it flows out of the blender jar easily into the pot. And additionally, add 1 more cup of water to the pot. Mix all ingredients and pressure cook for about 15 minutes. Now, if you're using canned chickpeas or pre-cooked chickpeas for this dish, instead of pressure cooking, simmer the ingredients together for around 15 minutes and your dish will be ready in no time. When the chickpeas are cooked to perfection, they will squish easily when you press them between your fingers. They'll be soft and creamy, and all the spices that you have added to make it so flavorful, you will not miss the roll of oil here at all. Finally, when it's time to serve, then garnish it with fresh parsley or fresh coriander leaves. These fresh herbs can actually help you relax your stomach, prevent bloating and also promote good digestion. And as an alternative to rice, try to pair it with grains like millet or quinoa. If you're new to millets, these are more affordable than quinoa and nutritionally they're very rich. They're also sustainable grains and low to medium glycemic index foods. So these grains can be very helpful in weight management, and they can help you feel more energetic and also feel satisfied after a meal. So once again, it's about the perspective. Equating oil with fat is not the same. To keep up with the daily fat requirement that you need in a balanced meal, you can substitute a highly processed oil that is used for cooking some of the recipes with a whole or minimally processed source of fat in your meal, and make it a healthy and balanced meal. Now, a wholesome avocado has 22 grams of fat in it. A single boiled egg can contain around 11 grams of fat in it. Seeds and nuts, yogurt and milk, they're all good sources of fat here. So it's not like an oil-free cooking is a new fad. We just don't notice it or even add oils to food where it isn't really necessary. Steaming, baking, grilling, we have all seen this, done this, but our minds are somehow conditioned in this way that without adding oil, you cannot make flavorful dishes. But adding herbs and spices, they can also elevate your meals without adding this extra amount of oil to your food. Our channel aims to provide you with recipes that are easy to prepare and to help you take control of the foods that you choose to eat. So if you wish to support us, then please consider subscribing to our channel and press the like button. Alright, now let's make our second recipe, a high protein chickpea salad. And for this we will need cooked chickpeas. You can use either canned chickpeas or you can cook these in a pressure cooker. Chickpeas have a very fibrous skin. If you see the traditional hummus recipe, the skin is removed to make the texture smoother. But it also serves another important purpose. It reduces the chances of bloating or indigestion, especially if you're having these in large quantities. The skin can be removed much more easily from the cooked chickpeas. If you suffer from bloating after eating a bowl of chickpeas, then try doing this and you will see the difference. Other ingredients that you will need are 1 cup of beetroot, 1 cup of carrots, and 200 grams of firm tofu. Cut these ingredients into 1/4-inch pieces and add them to a steaming utensil and steam it for around 10 minutes. And while it steams, we will prepare the other ingredients. Chop a medium-sized tomato into small cubes and you will need around 1 cup of these. Take 1 red bell pepper. This will add some sweetness, some pungency and some color to the dish. Remove the seed and discard the stem, and we will take about just 1 cup of this vegetable. I'll also be adding 1 cup of fresh celery and chop it as finely as possible. And if celery is not available or if you don't like it, you can replace it with parsley or fresh dill, Moroccan mint or cilantro. So all our ingredients are ready. So let's check the steaming utensil and see if the tofu and other vegetables are cooked. If you did not know it, you can also eat uncooked tofu, but cooking it or steaming it makes the texture softer and it also tastes better. If you do not like tofu or you do not prefer to eat it, then you can use soft cheese like cottage cheese, feta cheese, paneer, ricotta, or even hard cheese will work here. All we have to do now is mix all these ingredients together in a large bowl. To add some flavor to this dish, add around 2 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar and mix it well. I'll also add 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar to lift the taste a bit, to add some sourness to this dish. Mix all the ingredients very well one more time. Add 1 teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper, and this gives a nice bite to this otherwise bland salad. And blandness has different definitions depending on who you're asking. I'm using some basic ingredients to flavor the dish, but you can use your favorite oil-free salad dressing and they will all work. Garnish it with fresh basil at the end, and this works so well as a meal by itself. But to make it more balanced, you can add a generous amounts of whole foods that are rich in fat like avocados, or toasted pumpkin seeds or flax seeds, or even boiled eggs or cheese if you prefer. The choice of vinegar that you use might differ, so remember you might have to make some minor adjustments to the quantity you use depending on the vinegar you choose. If you want to choose healthier ways to cook and reheat foods, then 2 utensils that you will need in your kitchen that will make your life easier are a pressure cooker and a steaming utensil. They reduce the stress from everyday cooking by great extent. So while this video is not sponsored by any other pressure cooker company, but if you plan on buying one, consider using the affiliate links in the description of this video so that this channel also earns a small commission from your purchase. I hope you have enjoyed this video and that your mind is getting some new ideas and ways in which you can cook healthy food easily at home without the use of any extra oil. It might save you some money as well. Thank you for watching, and I will see you soon in the next video.